So we're going to have a look at some database SQL statements. Okay, so we'll just select the SQL commands, and initially we'll just have a look at some of the accesses to the database. So in this case we're using a Microsoft Access database that's on a website. So the commands that we're going to go through are these ones. So within inside Access we have a table. So in this case we have a table called DB1. So we're going to select everything from the table, and this is the contents of the table as it is just now. We have ID, first name, surname, and so on. Primary key in this case is the ID, so we should have a unique ID for each entry in the database. Okay, so we have a row for every entry, and then we have a column which defines a basic property of the row. So what we'll do is we'll just select our command, and then we'll just run it. It just gives us the same as we have before. So the first command that we're going to have a look at is the SQL command. So we can select all of the columns from the table DB1, and we'll order by the first name. Then we'll run that SQL command. Okay, so the first name here, BBEFF. Then we'll order by the surname. So we should see the third column changing in this case. So there's Almond, Malcolm, Smith, and so on. And we can do it in descending order with our SQL command by adding this descend at the end. So it should do it in reverse alphabetic. As we see, Smith, Smith, Smith. We can order by age. And so this time it will do a numerical sort on age. So we can see here that the age is the last column. Okay, so 22, 30, 40, 43, 56. And I will order on gender, and in this case it will be an ASCII search, so we have F, M, M, and so on. And then we can actually apply a where clause onto the search. So in this case it will give us the first surname where we have a male gender. Okay, so the first surname should hopefully bring us back Smith. So we just run that. And there we go, so it brings back Smith. So in this case, this addition allows us to just get the first entry that occurs for that. If we just want all the entries, okay, and we can do the same. So in this case we can define the minimum age, and we'll just add that in there. So this will be the minimum age that we have, and so it should give us a single value coming back. obviously add an additional clause. So in this case it will return the first name where the surname is Smith, or if it's Almond. Okay, so you can see here in this case it should return the first name when we hit Smith, so it gives us Fred, gives us Bert, will not give us Malcolm, will give us Almond to give Eve, and then Smith to give Freddie. We can do some maths operations on our search. So in this case we'll take the average from test 1, and hopefully that should give us 47 as an average for the first test column here. And then we can do things like determine the average where the age is greater than 30. Okay, so in this case we will take this value, this one and this one. So the 40, the 40 and the 50 should hopefully give us 41.6666. We can get a summation from test 1. So this summates the first column 10, 30, 100, 45 and 50. We can do the same where the age is greater than 30 in this case. We can count the number of first names that are age is less than 30. And we can see there's only one in this case. This one is equal to 30, so it won't be included. And so on. So you can see here's the different operations for the count. If we do a search for first name and surname, then it will give us the entries inside the database. But if we actually ask for a distinct name, so we can see there is 3 Smiths in the database. If we run this query, then we can see it's only given us the 3 actual unique names in the database. Okay, so this is we can then add additional clauses. So in this case we can define age ranges. So this is between 10 and 50 for the age. Then we can define a range of values, so in this case where the age is 22, 56 or 33 as a clause. So we can see here it will pick off anything that's 22, which is this one, 56, which is this one, and 33, which obviously doesn't exist. So we get 2 results coming back, and it will print first name, surname and test 1. Okay, so we can use wildcards. In this case it should give us anything that begins with SM. And we can see we get Smith there as the entries. We can take a range of values, so in this case either it begins with an A, an S or a U. Okay, so we see it's picked off Smith and Salmond, and the percent gives us anything after that. And we can see the opposite, not like SM in this case. So in this case it should give us the other entries that are not Smith. And we can do a grouping. Okay, so in this case we've grouped the gender together and allowed an average to be calculated. So in this case it's the average of female, which is obviously just 45 in this case, against male average of 47. Okay, and then the last one we can do an order by. Okay, so in this case we've ordered by the surname. Okay, so that's given you a brief introduction to some SQL statements. You can click on the page and it should call up the actual statement. And we can also use the URL to be able to test certain SQL statements.